Hello all, welcome to the new Simply Put series by Kalam IAS Academy. This is Priyanka Mahapatra, faculty at Kalam IAS. So today we'll be having a discussion on the newspaper dated 9th December 2023. So the ground zero page of the Hindu newspaper had a very important article today that is about the recent Chennai floods. So we would be talking about in detail about the reasons why it happened. Was the steps taken after the 2015 floods sufficient for the mitigation of this flood? And if not, what is the way forward? Then coming to the explain section of the Indian Express newspaper, there are two articles very important. That is about the extinct bird Dodo and how we are planning to revive it. And then we'll talk about the Google Deepmind's AI, how it has revolutionized the chip and the battery development now, right? So let's get started. So these are the three articles we are going to discuss today, which is displayed on your screen. So the first article is about the Chennai floods. So recently on December 3-4, the cyclone Michuang, it was lingering over the coast of Chennai for 16 long hours. Therefore, it caused heavy rains, and those heavy rains could not be withstood by the city Chennai, due to which it came to an abrupt halt. The schools, colleges, offices, they were closed for 4 long days. So the people there revived the similar experience they had after the 2015 floods during this time in December, which claimed around 199 lives then. So did we learn any lesson from that flood? Did we take enough measures to mitigate such cyclonic effect in the future? No. The answer is clear no. Because we faced the similar fate in 2023. So what are the reasons for it? So coming to the reasons, heavy rainfall cannot be the sole reason. The reasons are mostly man-made. You can talk of the silted storm water drains there. How the storm water drains, they're full of silt. They're not being cleared off timely. There are mounds of garbage choking the water exits. The road leveling and the repairs, they're not being done timely. Again, you can talk of the illegal construction happening on the lakes there. The city of full of lakes. The city of Chennai is full of lakes, but there are some illegal construction going there always on the lakes, which is leading to severe flooding because the lakes are not there to absorb the extra the the surge in the rainfall. For example, the lakes in Velachari and Adambakam, they have only 30% of the original water spread area now, and the rest 70% they are being converted to concrete spaces. You can talk of the stormwater drains that been designed in such a way that it cannot withstand such a torrential rainfall. And the rainwater collected from all over the city, around 35,000 streets, there are only 4 outlets for the whole rainwater of the city. So you can see the inadequacy of the infrastructure there to deal with such cyclone effects. Again, a very important reason are the incomplete projects there. Though they are planned, but they are not implemented in a timely manner. For example, 172 out of 210 water bodies are being restored so far. The rest are not restored, which is causing a problem there. Integrated stormwater drain projects, they are yet to be completed. For example, the region around Porur Lake, it got flooded only because that the flood mitigation project was not completed in time. So these are the reasons basically you should be knowing why we are facing urban floods. Right? So there were some improvements done since 2015 in terms of making improvements in the weather models, revamping the radars, dissemination of weather information was improved, right? but there is no such improvement seen in the city infrastructure to deal with the cyclone. So what is the way forward now? So the way forward has to be to adopt a systematic flood control management strategy, integrated drainage system, to improve the macro drains there, to improve the capacity of the drains to absorb the surge in the rainwater. Of course, we need to rejuvenate the lost lakes there. We need to retrieve the spaces that has been encroached by the construction, by the illegal construction there. And most importantly, the experts are saying that the water bodies need to be rejuvenated and they should be declared as protected areas. Right? So this is the way forward. You can write it in your exam whenever any question related to urban floods is coming in your paper. Right? Then move ahead with the next article, that is de-extincting the dodo bird. So we all know that the dodo bird is an extinct bird. Often we are using a phrase, a simile, that as dead as a dodo, to say that someone or something is dead. So we are planning to bring back this bird, dodo, to Mauritius. So a new project has been started, which is a collaboration of the genetic engineering company there and the Mauritian Wildlife Foundation, where it is planning to reintroduce into the once native habitat in Mauritius. So here you need to remember the country's name where the dodo belongs to, right? And this is a painting by a Dutch artist, Roland Savary, of 1626, where we are actually having an impression of the dodo bird. So coming to the reasons for extinction, there are many theories floating. In one situation, like Really Black, who in a satirical tone always described that dodo is a foolish looking bird. It deserved its extinction because it's a dumb bird. It always seemed to be frozen in one place, making it as an easy target for extinction. So this was a reason portrayed very humorously. But the picture is otherwise. It's not at all a dumb bird because it was very well adapted to the ecosystem in Mauritius because of the abundant food available there and lack of predators. So here predators is important because its extinction is very much associated with the predators in terms of the Dutch colonists arrived there and also the animals which they carried with them. That means the Dutch colonists, after they landed in Mauritius in 1598, the dodos just disappeared after 80 years. So the theory is that the Dutch might have used that bird very frequently as a savory because of its meaty nature. And the animals which they carried with them, that is dogs, cats and rats, they might have created havoc with respect to the eggs and the birds both. So here you can give this as a clear example in your essay writing or mains answer that how extinction is seen as a inevitable outcome of the human interaction with the nature. After the human interacted with the nature, the extinction has become a regular phenomenon. Right? So now the question is that how do we revive the species? Because the dodo is not there, it is extinct from centuries now. How do we revive the species? So the first thing we did that we sequenced the whole entire genome of the dodo bird to check that if there is any relative of dodo bird now existing. So how did we sequence the entire genome of the dodo? By extracting the DNA from a skull which is there in the Natural History Museum of Denmark. So Natural History Museum of Denmark is having the skull of the dodo bird, and from there we extracted the DNA, and thereafter we sequenced the whole genome from the DNA extracted. And then we saw that the Nicobar pigeon can be the dodo's closest relative. Right? So we collected the PGC of the Nicobar pigeon. That is the primordial germ cells of the Nicobar pigeon. which can be used to edit and to inculcate the physical traits of the dodo bird. Right? So the primordial germ cells are actually the precursors of the sperm and the egg. They are the embryonic precursor of the sperm and the egg. So now we edited the PGC of the Nicobar pigeon to express the physical traits of dodo, to inculcate or to imbibe the physical traits of the dodo bird, and then those PGCs were inserted into any chicken and rooster. Those who became the parents, those who will give birth to the dodo offspring now. Therefore, they will be called as the interspecies surrogates of the dodo bird. So, restoring the dodo species in such a way, it has given an opportunity to create conservation optimism. This is a very important keyword. You can use it in your mains answer or GS answer. What does it say? That it has inspired people to conserve species in and around them in a time when the global warming, climate change, biodiversity loss, and politics are making things worse for conservation of the species. Right? So this was all about this topic's discussion. So let's move on to the third topic, that is Google Deepmind's AI, how it has the potential to revolutionize the chip sector and the battery development. So earlier this year, some scientists at the Korean University, they have presented LK99, which is a new material. It is a gray-black compound that can be used to create superconductor at room temperature. Yes, we are talking about a stable superconductor here, which can be created at the room temperature under the normal pressure. So this is a very big achievement. This is a revolution in the energy sector, and it is said that it can be a potential solution to the energy crisis. Right? So, but later this year in November, that Google DeepMind's AI, it could predict the structures of new materials in the tune of 2 million, more than 2 million. So the AI now can be used to predict the structures of new materials, which can be actually a breakthrough in the wide-reaching application in the sectors like renewable energy, semiconductors, superconductors, computing efficiency, battery research. So you understand that how revolutionary it is. The AI, how it can revolutionize the chip and the battery development sector, because it can predict the structures of millions of new materials. Here you can see in the graph that how genome is the name of the DeepMind AI tool known as graph networks for material exploration. So here in the graph you can see that how genome is actually having the potential to predict many new materials, way more materials than the normal conventional methods of predicting new materials, that is computational methods or human experimentation. So how it is able to predict so many new materials? Because it can delve into the atomic bond level. Going to the atomic bond level, it is actually able to predict so many materials. It can actually increase the number of stable materials known to mankind tenfold. Right? So this can become a part of your prelims option, where it can ask you that if AI can be used to predict new materials, if AI can be used to revolutionize the chips industry or the battery development. So this information you need to keep it in your mind so that you can answer those questions correctly. Right? So this was all about today's discussion. Thank you so much.